Boys, another podcast, and we have our special guest, Stu from NBA, because we're going to be reviewing the show today. Absolutely amazing show, Stu. Great quality lineups, big lineups. It was well run. It was just amazing. We had amazing feedback from everyone. How are you feeling?
Not going to lie, I'm a little bit fried still. So yeah, I've definitely come down the other side. So yeah, was on a high for a few days, but yeah, the wall has been hit.
Yeah, it was definitely a big day for you.
Yeah,
And you almost like a one-man show. Like you do so much. I told you, you do so much, and
yeah,
no wonder afterwards you'd be absolutely buggered.
yeah. Definitely not a one-man show, but I definitely take on probably slightly more than I should and run back and forward. Yeah, we did have a couple of teething problems, which was kind of just easiest for me to run back and forward and help fix them rather than, you know, anything else. So yeah, that's where I kind of took on a little bit more than I normally would.
That's live. That's live entertainment, man. That's
Yeah, that's it.
we've spoken about it before. It's just sometimes you got to be really good at thinking on your feet, and making it look like nothing's going on. That's the art of it, isn't it?
And that's it. The whole team did that really well. The backstage crew, the judges, everyone just sort of shuffled when we had some problems and made it quite seamless for the athletes. Yeah, we ran a tiny bit late, but not massively. So yeah, I'm stoked with all of it. It was a really good day. So yeah, like you said, the quality and depth of the lineups was amazing. Like the top three in every category, was basically close to pro standard, if not pro standard. So yeah, there's real good quality out there.
Like it's almost like, we used to say season B has, better quality than season A. That didn't happen this time around. Like definitely not. The quality that we've seen so far in season A is absolutely amazing. Like as you said in your show, you had overall winners from other states. There was overall winners that were from Victoria that were from other federations, like the overall winner from ICN and overall sports winner and etc. And they came to your show. So yeah, as you said, like the top three or more were all previous overall winners or very, very top placing athletes in previous shows just before yours. So yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go through the lineups and we're just going to assess the lineups. Stewie will look for some of your feedback on maybe some of the judging decisions there. And then we'll keep going through it and we can stop when we need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and go to here. All right. Can everyone see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Stewie, so what was first? It was what should we go with first?
Men's fitness was probably the first one.
Men's fitness?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got the men's fitness open.
That's the overall. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open this one up. Okay, can you boys see that?
No.
It hasn't opened up just yet. It's about to, I think. And just thanks to everyone who reached out about last week's sound. We apologise. We were in the same office and it was bucketing down with rain outside. So I think some people had some sound issues on last week's episode. That was, we thought it was fine in the office and it was an anomaly, wasn't it? It was a once-off probably.
Yeah. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. I need to do that. Okay, can you see that?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Now, I didn't see this lineup, Stewie, so I don't know if you other boys saw it, but maybe, Stewie, you want to take us through it?
Yeah. So, first our open and overall winner, Isaac. Pretty much, not much you can say. It's like pretty much the perfect fitness lineup. He won the Tasmania overall. He then went the next day and won the ICN fitness overall. So, kid's cleaned up this season. And, that great proportion, shape, condition, still quite full. So, that is fitness, in my opinion.
Actually, Scotty and I, we watched this one on the side And we both had the same comment. The one thing about him as well, that's a pretty good lineup as well of the five of them. But his posing was just awesome too, right? His stage presence was quality. Even the smile on his face in his transitions, he was super, super smooth, tiny waist. Tan looked awesome too. Like he just ticked all the boxes. But that's the top three there. I mean, all five of them are great. But the quality in that one was good, really good.
Yeah. So, awesome. Second place was Dylan. He's just probably a tiny little bit thick for fitness. So, probably more suited to physique. But, got some growing to do for physique. So, that's the only thing there. And probably what set him back. Third place, really good physique for fitness, but his back pose he couldn't hit properly at all. Was pinching his shoulder blades, so kind of struggled there, and that bumped him down in the placings. That's probably the main comments from that division.
Can't wait to see the winner because I think he's 18 or 19, right? I can't wait to see him at 23, 24.
Yeah, he is not even 18 yet.
Oh, he's not even 18.
How old is he?
He's 17.
Wow.
Yeah, kid's got so much potential. Just hopefully he sticks around in the sport, because at that age he's still very young. Like, and having so much success early on is great. But you want to stay hungry because he's got so much potential. Yeah,
he from my chats with him, he's definitely very hungry. He stepped up and did the lightweight physique as well, and
he went up against Cal in the overall. But do you know what? In that, I had him, even though he was a lot smaller in size, just the look and the symmetry. Like, he has such a complete look. That's why if he can continue to build and to grow into his physique, the sky's the limit for that kid.
Yeah, 100%. And he every stage he's stepped on, he's walked away the winner. So good.
So on that, I've just brought up the physique lightweight class.
Yeah,
and he's in that. Did he come first in that, Stuart?
Yeah, he was first in that. It's actually the same top three from fitness, which is kind of shows how we look at physique, and where physique is still judged on structure, shape, those proportions for the division. So all those guys still looked great, in a physique lineup as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
again, though, he just posed. Like, if you have a look at second to the left of Isaac, like, you look at Isaac's pose, it just enhances. It makes him look bigger and more symmetrical than he is, whereas the guy to his left he was much bigger, and probably if he had have posed better, potentially could have pipped him if he had been able to display his physique in the right way. But again, Isaac's posing was awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly it. For the physique, it probably would have switched if second posed that little bit better.
Even just that, it's almost like, I don't know what pose he's doing. It's almost like a classic pose versus it just doesn't enhance the physique. Whereas Isaac and part of the reason why he looks bigger through his upper body, even though he's not a big, he's a young kid, and he'd be under 60 kilos easy on stage. But because he's got that slight bit of trunk rotation, it makes his waist look tiny, which makes everything above look so much bigger.
Yeah, he definitely nailed his posing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll bring up
heavyweights.
Bring up the heavyweights. Okay. So that's the heavies.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, great battle here. Like, the whole top five are phenomenal athletes, really. Even, sixth and seventh. So the guy who placed seventh won the Queensland overall. And, six other guys turned up at Nationals better than him. So
it's amazing.
Is that a big dude on the far left?
Yeah. So
he's big guy.
Great physique, little bit thick for physique, and kind of posed more classic style rather than men's physique, so that pushed him down the order. But yeah, got some great potential in him. Is definitely a good competitor, just in an amazing lineup there.
And then we had our winner here.
Yeah. So
It's probably not the best they've got to show everyone posing. They're not really
Yeah, you'd like to see that Cal's ab shot, his ab and thigh shot. Because it was just hard as nails, full detail everywhere. And I think watching Cal and Scott, we were standing on the side together, but I left you for a second ago. I wanted to see it front on. And Cal in the back shot was just like, unfortunately, like no one was able to come near that back shot with him.
Yeah.
Thickness through the lower trap, mid trap, fully shredded through the bottom of the back. And he's just rear-delts just blew him up even more. His lats were nice and wide. I think that was where I'd imagine that's probably what was the one that tipped him over, that shot.
Yeah, because that was 100% the money shot that got him over the line.
Yeah, because from the front, they all had positives. One had a bigger chest. Cal's chest was sharper, far more lines through it. Cal's midsection was super tight. From the front, there was probably some comparisons. Cal in his quarter turn was probably unbeatable in that when he hits that side chest. But then I think he just put them to bed from the back.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly how we looked at it.
Yeah. So
there's the big man Scotty right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
Congratulations,
but obviously a very, very deserving winner. Good lineup overall. And, thinking about Cal and, a couple more kilos in the pro ranks over the next couple of years, and he's just got that phenomenal shape, man.
Yeah. So, phenomenal shape, poses really well again, which, accentuates that shape even better. Yeah.
And just conditioned to the tooth.
Yeah. So, a few more kilos in all the right areas. And, he's got great shape and symmetry, so it's putting it on everywhere, and he'll do damage in pro lineups.
Yeah. And Scotty, credit to you, man, because I know how much work you guys are putting in, and I know where that you started the prep from, but his legs was just freaking awesome, man. It's a shame the shorts hide them, because under those shorts is some quality. Some of how much detail has he got in those legs?
Most people don't realize yet. I mean, Cal's glutes are fully in, so he's pretty close to fat free. He's very, very, very conditioned, but he's got a good set of wheels. So he's going to spend some time in the off season. He needs a bit more size because he's got big shoulders. He doesn't have a small chest, but his shoulders kind of highlight that and kind of make his chest seem a little bit. This is my opinion, but it's an area we need to work on. He needs a bit more fullness through his upper chest just to balance that out. And then we're gonna really go to work on the wheels, and then he has the size, I think, to be able to move up to contend in classic too, especially with the conditioning, because he's got really, really good quads. He just needs another 3 or 4 kilos of quality tissue, and he'll be very competitive in classic. But that will also allow him to be one of the better physique pros. Like he'll be in contention, I believe, in the next couple of years in those lineups.
Yeah. No, that the balance through his legs was one of the things that pushed him over the line over second place as well. Like second grade place, even though you don't see the legs as much in board shorts, the shape of his legs through the shorts definitely let him down a little bit. Yeah,
it all contributes to the end look, doesn't it? Good shape through the shorts makes a difference for sure.
Yeah. So,
and I don't know whether you noticed, Stuart, but I always get my physique guys to pull the quads up a little bit, the shorts up, just to show off that the quads are feathered so that it shows some detail. Out of curiosity, because one of the things that I look at from, like with anyone posing ground up, having a look at guys that are shredded through the calves and up through the legs gives a good indication that they are pretty conditioned, versus some guys might be conditioned up top, but they don't have that detail in the gastroc, in those calf lines and the vascularity. Do you guys weigh that in?
Yeah, definitely, especially in the open lineups. The hammies and glutes, but if the calves are shredded and decent size, it adds to the shape, it adds to the structure. It's definitely all part of it. So, do you want to flip back to that top 5?
Yep. I'll just find it.
I think it was, I don't know, I think it might have been third in the open, whether it was second or third, but had a really good physique. but similarly did what I did when I was competing on that same stage, is went really too wide in the posing with the arms.
Yeah.
And then too wide in the leg, in the right leg. So not the leg that, you take most of the weight on, but the external leg went too far out, and it just took away any sort of X-frame or tapering. The third, I think was he third? I think he was third. Yeah, third in that one. But had a great physique, plenty of tissue, and potentially with some better posing, maybe could have been more in the conversation.
Yeah, so he was second was the New South Wales overall.
Yeah.
And third was the Tasmania overall winner. So
yeah. Was all right? Was it pretty much that? It was just the width in the pose. There was like definitely a little bit of wide through the hands, but he had a great physique. Yeah. Not quite as conditioned as Cal, but potentially with some better posing might have placed a little better.
Yeah, with some better posing, he pushes Cal all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And Scott, he
was bigger than, he wasn't as sharp as Cal, but he was bigger. He was probably one of the bigger guys there, and he's pretty symmetrical, but just didn't really hit his posing. That's why, for people that are listening, posing plays such an integral part. The amount of times we'll see someone who aesthetically might have the best physique on stage, but if you can't display it in terms of heightening your strengths and then hiding your weaknesses, then it can cost you that top spot, or top 3 even.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then look at James in 5th. Great structure, needs just that little bit more size all over, and probably another kilo or 2 off, and he pushes those guys as well.
Yeah, James got good potential. He's got a tiny waist, so if he's just a smidge sharper, and he's got a very nice physique sort of structure, because he goes in through the oblique really nicely.
Yeah.
So he definitely has big potential.
You just love to see a few kilos, truly, really, really peeled and sharp, to just see, because I feel like that would take his look to a different level.
Yeah, it's probably 2 or 3 kilos off the mark.
Yeah.
Because you get all of that serratus detail, it brings in, all of that. If anything, it makes him bigger through the top as well, because that's sitting just over the top of that iliac crest. No one can see where I'm pointing, but just the areas that he's holding that composition, and all of that detail coming through, because he's pretty balanced.
Yeah.
And he's got good carbs too.
Yeah. No, he definitely, couple of kilos, and he's right in the mix there, pushing the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to...
The big fella down the end as well. We saw him a few weeks ago. He wasn't at his best on Saturday. A couple of weeks ago, wasn't he, MG?
We thought he'd put on maybe maybe thought his season was over and then decided to do it, or it looked like a 3 to 4 kilo different physique, didn't it?
Yeah, he was definitely just too soft for. Yes.
I think Scotty, you said to me, "Is that the same guy?" I said, "Yeah, it is." And you said,
I didn't even.
He looks so different.
I recognised his face, but I'm like, in my head, I was like, "Nah, it wouldn't be him," because I remember
he was way sharper.
Yeah.
So, I saw photos of that previous show, and it was definitely way sharper then.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
We can bring up Classic real quick. I only got one shot of the Class 2 Open, which isn't the most amazing photo.
Yeah.
And then I've got the overall winner. Do you want to just go straight to that, Stewie, and just kind of explain?
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
Is that better? Yeah. I'll just go straight to that shot.
Yeah. So, overall winner, could have come in a kilo or 2 lighter, definitely. So, but absolutely phenomenal posing, great structure, got that vacuum, and the shape of a classic guy. That's definitely more his category. And so he also won the overall in bodybuilding, but is definitely more a classic guy. So,
I might flick to bodybuilding real quick then, just to have a look at it. So
was that a father and son in the Open?
Yeah. That's awesome,
man.
It was. Yeah, it was his.
I saw them
the
embrace.
Overall was his dad and Tim Emmett, who won the over 40s, who's great competitor, been around a while as well.
Yeah, I saw them embrace backstage after he won the pro card.
Yeah.
And I think I heard his dad say, that's his dad on the left. And I think I heard his dad say, that's my boy. Like, it was just such a nice moment. Like, imagine being on stage, with your old man and then winning a pro card and your old man's the one waiting for you backstage. Like, pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
So these two guys standing next to each other here, that's father and son?
Yeah.
No, the one on the end, the one on the left, far left,
Yeah. So,
And then Billy, he competed last year, I think, didn't he? I know we saw him at ICN. I remember B was working with him. He's a big dude, man, but last time I saw him on stage, he was much, much sharper.
Yeah. If he was a couple of kilos sharper, he wins bodybuilding. He's definitely he's got the structure. He's a giant. Like,
he's taller than me. He's a big dude too. Yeah.
And funnily, he was pretty good on top. I think just from the waist down, the sharpness just didn't come. He just probably needed another 3 or 4 weeks to get that lower in. But...
Yeah, especially in the back poses, that lower was that's what let him down in the end.
All right, I think we're done, the guys. Then let's go over to figure, and I'll just bring up figure international.
Yep.
For these two competitors.
Yeah.
If you want to go through that, Stuart?
Yeah, so the Open, both phenomenal shape physiques. The winner ended up just having that slightly better shape and structure, was that little bit softer, which is okay in figure international. She's a Masters competitor, and we gave her a Masters pro card. So
I did see that. Yeah.
So really good structure. Like, just got that tiny waist, nice full shoulders, great shape through her back. Legs can come in that little bit tighter, but that's probably the only thing she needs to work on.
Yeah, and then we had, so she won that international, and then she won her Masters pro card.
Yeah. So the girl who won won the figure international overall. Renee. So again, great structure. That's her there. Really good condition through her legs. Posed amazing. Michelle actually beat her in Brisbane. This is one of those. Went away, worked on the feedback, and actually came back and won it all at Nationals. So in Brisbane, she just did not hit her back pose at all. Mm-hmm. And then, she came back and, at Nationals, worked on her posing and, basically outposed enough to push up that place. So, credit to her for the effort in that week especially.
Yeah, awesome. So a lot can change in a week if you take some feedback on and come back.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, we might move on to women's fitness then. I'll bring up a couple of lineups. I'll bring up the fitness beginner because there was good competitors in there. Yeah. Then I'll bring up the over 30 and then the open. So let's go with fitness beginner first. I'll just bring this one up. So great lineup. You've got you can go through if you want, Stewie.
Yeah, like the top four there are all absolutely phenomenal. Like, there's not much you can say more than that. So Amy, the winner, just the best total package of the lot. So posed amazingly, nice, good, thick physique, which is what we want in fitness. If she got any bigger, she could probably even push into figure. So, that's something long-term maybe. But, great condition, great structure. Jen, who was second, just that size difference is essentially the difference in fitness, which is where later on we see different results. But, just great structure, absolutely peeled, really nice full round muscle bellies. Mm-hmm. So poses amazingly. Then Nerida, who was third in that lineup, so she came down from Queensland. So she won the overall in Queensland. And yeah, she was, again, really good structure, quite similar to Amy in that thickness. So yeah, that's what got her home there. Needs to come in that little bit tighter again to really push for that first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the only thing there. So yeah, that's the top three.
Yeah, basically, you've got the overall Queensland winner there. You've got, these are the top two on the end, Jen and Caitlin. They're the top two in a couple of weeks ago in a previous federation.
Yeah.
So like a great lineup, like a really good lineup in that one.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. So, I'll move over to, I'll open up the 30 only because I think there's a couple of competitors in there that are noteworthy for sure.
Yeah.
So if that comes up. So we've got Alicia there in second, I believe. Second. And then Leah in first. Like an amazing physique, a lot of mass. First ever show too. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, first ever show, amazing physique.
Got a ton of muscle,
Yeah. Yeah. So in the overall, essentially, we'll look at that in a second. But yeah, needs to just come in that little bit tighter. But yeah, posed really well for a first timer. Great stage presence. The smile you couldn't wipe off her face, which definitely drew our attention. Alicia the same. Really good posing. You can tell she's worked hard on that.
Yeah.
Good balanced physique. Just in fitness probably needs to be that little bit tighter again, and bring up everything that little bit more.
Can I say something about Alicia? Yeah. Alicia is, if you had have had someone backstage to like measure the energy and the vibe, Alicia made everyone's day better.
Yes.
Everyone from any team. Like, she just has this great personality. I don't know, it's got nothing to do with results, but sometimes you just have to give credit where credit's due. When you got someone at the back who just contributes to everyone else's positivity, that person should be commended. So this is my commending of you, Alicia, on just being a great human being.
Yeah, even on stage, even on stage in the fitness overall, Amy's tiara was falling off. She ran over and saved the day there.
Yeah. No surprises whatsoever. And like the voice you could hear side stage pumping all the other girls up was her to the people she was about to go and compete against. She's a rare breed.
We need more people like her in the sport for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. I'll click over to. So the overall, there's a couple of photos because the lineup was too big to capture.
Yeah.
But that's kind of half the lineup there. So you can see Jen's in that lineup.
So that's the three girls we've spoken about already. Nerida, Leo, Jen.
And that's the other half of the lineup kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, So the only thing we really haven't sort of looked at there, it was condition that got Amy over the line compared to like the over 30s and over 40s winners. Yeah. But that's one of the best fitness overall lineups I've had to judge.
And anyone who sees Amy's muscle bellies and the way the skin sits on the muscle in the flesh, you'll understand what he's talking about, because like one thing when athletes diet down sometimes and you get really, really dieted down, and sometimes the appearance of the muscle, you can lose that look of hardness and density. But Amy just looks hard as nail, carved up, not carved up. Like she just looks dense as. So I think it was, she was just a standout from top to bottom.
Yeah, she could step into a pro lineup tomorrow and be in the question for winning. So definitely.
Look at that shot there. Look through the adductor, through the inside of the quad, like.
And sometimes photos don't do these competitors justice either. You know.
Especially trophy photos.
Yeah. We definitely changed a couple of things in peak week and did a couple of things a little bit differently, and even on show day. And Scotty, you saw she just came to life on the day.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, man, you guys did a phenomenal job, and that's why as well, like managing your athlete in real time. That was something that you did a really good job of, MT, like assessing the look because things can change in terms of how they wake up hour by hour. But again, this is not to do with the results, but I remember when we were having that conversation and I came back in, I don't know if I spoke to you about this, but I came back in after we'd had that chat and she just finished pumping up after she had that extra food and it was just like, Jesus Christ. Like I didn't even, with it, I could have not checked in on the result later. And if someone had asked, oh, who won fitness, I would have had no issues at all saying, oh, Amy would have taken the overall because seeing her backstage, she just looked lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not to take anything away from the other girls, but she was just on a whole different level.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like legitimately the top 5.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Could step into a pro lineup and be, not look out of place.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. All amazing athletes for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to bikini then. So there's a couple I want to bring up.
I'm keen to see this because I haven't seen any of those results.
Yeah, I'll bring up a couple because I know we have some of our athletes in them, so I'll bring up a couple. I'll start with the first timer. So that's the first timer lineup. So obviously, Stu, Charlotte. She was up there for a little bit of time going to your workshops. Is one of my competitors. And that was her first show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first timer lineup there.
Yeah, and they're incredible first timers. So yeah, Ebony that won. She's that's her first time. So NBA first timers is your first time in that category.
Mm-hmm.
So Ebony had competed previously in fitness and sports, but never bikini.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's our rules. So she was eligible, and great structure. Bikini condition wise, she's literally perfect condition for bikini. Probably could be that little bit tighter through the glutes and hammies, but really good shape to her. Then Charlotte, again, great structure and shape. Probably is that like fitness muscle with swimsuit conditioning, so sitting kind of in between a couple of different divisions, but again, really good future. There's a lot to take away from there and move on. So, and even Yana in 4th there. So she's another amazing physique. Probably, I think she probably got a little bit overawed and didn't pose as well being first time on stage. Because she posed a little bit better the next couple of times she came out.
Yeah.
But again, really good physique. Just needs to be that little bit tighter, and then that's about it for there.
I'll go to quickly just mums because we had Svetlana from my team and Chloe from MG's team, and that was a bikini mum on that one there.
Yeah. So both amazing physiques. Chloe probably that little bit hard through the upper body.
Mm-hmm.
One of those where the upper and the lower don't quite balance as well as each other. But still really like not far enough to push her back in mums. But then when she went into the other categories, that was really what let her down. Svetlana, great posing. Probably just comes in that little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Be the only thing I'd say there.
Yep. And then we had the bikini open short class.
Yeah. So again, absolutely phenomenal lineup. This one was hard. Like, any of the top 3 could win, any show. So, so Amanda, who won, she was the overall winner in Brisbane. was very slightly softer than her look in Brisbane, which very, very close to Costa in this one. Like she got pushed a lot because she was that little bit softer, but amazing. The back pose is definitely her money shot. Then second place, so she was our overall winner in Sydney. Again, amazing structure. Probably just needs to come in that touch tighter again. And then, Marissa was from Brisbane. She was second to Amanda in Brisbane and got pushed down one. Again, great structure and shape and muscle for Bikini. Just needs to bring up probably the glutes and hammies a little bit, and then look at her condition as well and come in that little bit tighter.
You also got Ash on the end, which is one of MG's girls.
Yeah, so Ash was in fourth there, and again, she blew me away with the quality of the muscle on her physique. Mm-hmm. She was just, when you stand next to those top three who were so well balanced, she looked that little bit leg heavy. So could almost have jumped into wellness. So great physique, great future there. But just looked that little bit glute dominant almost, which then threw her balance off a little bit.
Yeah. And then we'll move to, what have I got next? I've got done the mums. First time was done that one.
Open tall, I think. Yeah.
Tall, yep.
Yep.
There we go. Yes, that's the tall class there.
Yeah.
So you got the winner in the middle there.
Yeah.
Amelia.
Yeah. Yeah. So all really good quality and all actually quite similar physiques.
Yeah.
I felt like that one would have been a bit nicer to judge than the other one.
Yeah. It was definitely like Amelia was a standout. She posed a lot better than the others. But there's even so the girl in fourth, Sophie, she was the overall winner in Tasmania, and then the girl in fifth won swimsuit in Tasmania. So the quality of that lineup again is the depth is really good.
Yeah, and we know the girl in second, she's got a great physique as well. She was second at my show, exactly the same placing at my show a couple of weeks ago. Good midsection, good glutes, and good through the shoulders as well. Probably it's hard because she's longer in that leg.
Yeah.
And she tends to show a little bit more line through the leg as well.
Yeah.
But she's got a quality physique too. I think she improves those delts a little bit as well. Mm-hmm. And she'll always be in that conversation.
Yeah, that's it. Her delts were like that little bit off compared to Amelia. Yeah. Threw her balance out that little bit.
Mm-hmm. Probably a little less round and a little less symmetrical to the lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to bring up the overall because Amelia's up against the Amanda. Which photo is it? Maybe it's this photo here, I think. Yeah. So Svetlana's in that too, that's the overall. But what do you reckon the key differences were between the two there? Because I'm sure they're obviously going up against each other. That's probably the top two.
Yeah. Yeah. So Amanda from the back just had that little bit more development through the glutes, that little bit better condition through the glutes. That was kind of the money shot difference.
Yeah.
Posing wise, even in their front pose, Amanda looked that little bit smaller through the waist again. Yeah. But we're talking fractionally. It was again another physique who could step into a pro lineup in most federations and be competitive.
Yeah.
So,
she definitely has a great physique. Like even looking at that shot, it's well balanced. Good conditioning there. You can see the proportion from upper to lower, the X frame.
Yeah.
Good physique.
But even Amelia, she could step into a pro lineup and be, not look out of place.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to
Last sports, I think it's all the same.
sports. So let me go down to sports here. So let's bring up. What have we got? The opens. I got a couple here. So let's go. A reason why I brought up under 25 because I think we had Ash in it. So I just wanted to quickly make a comment of that one.
Like, lineup of the day, like
Wow,
for one of them, like all three of them are phenomenal athletes.
How good is Ash's six pack?
Yeah, Ash's third there, and wins shows with that physique. But again, like I said in Bikini, just that balance was that little bit off.
Yeah.
Which when you're standing next to the other two, who basically have legitimately perfect symmetry, like I cannot pick anything on the other two symmetry that's wrong. That's
equally the thing that we probably should have done as well is changed our posing to suit sport more. We should have presented probably more of a quad shot instead of a bikini shot.
That girl in the middle did she take the overall, the girl in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott's like that guy.
The only thing I'd say with Jen, like, she's an absolute weapon, great posing, could probably slow her posing down a tiny little bit. And in sports model, she was that tiny bit too hard, but not enough to be marked down for it. Like, she's, and then when you look at Ebony, who was second in sports, she was that bit too soft for the category, but not enough to be pushed down. But that's essentially the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Did the girl in the middle, did she compete in fitness?
Yes.
She came second. Yeah.
Second. Okay, cool.
Well, was she second in the overall, Stewie, would you say, or was it more the Queenslander that was second?
Probably in the overall, I'd have to look at the score sheets because we do judge. We judge our top three in the overall in case someone fails a drug test.
Okay.
So I'd have to look at the score sheets. I honestly can't remember. It was. I would probably say she would have been third because the Queenslander narrator was kind of more similar to Amy. So and then in sport, in fitness, Jen's just that she's got the structure but just lacks the size and density of those other two.
Yeah. She's very young. Like, she's got a bright future. She's got no doubt she'll be a fitness pro in no time. Okay, I'll just click across. No, wrong one. No, wrong photos. Sorry about that. Won't go to those ones yet. I wanted to open up Sports 30 just because it had Alicia was in it, Chloe was in it, and also Leah Harris was in it too. Coming third.
So this one's actually a good one to bring up. So like, when you look at the photo there, it's almost like what happened with Leah, why she's sitting fourth. So the discussion on the judges' table, Leah was basically too much for sports. So she's too thick, and too muscular for sports. So we did place her last in sports for that reason.
I think Nerida also from Queensland, from fitness, in sports she didn't place as well too for that factor.
That was exactly the same reason with Nerida. So
can I just say I love that, because nothing infuriates me more than when someone might look like they have the best physique, but if it doesn't fit the specific category and they get placed anyway, it just throws it completely out of whack. So I commend you guys on that. And she is ridiculous, but as you said, like, crazy physique, but you're in, like, it's not the right category for you. Like, she bullies in fitness. She's got an incredible physique, but a bit too hard for sport. So I think that's a good call.
It was one of those, it's from a head judge perspective, it's the hardest thing in training new judges for them to pick up that.
Yeah.
You know, it takes experience and a lot of time seeing to just go, no, that person's too much.
Mhm.
But my judging panel definitely handled that well on the day.
I can imagine that, because she has a great physique, so you can't take your eye off her, right?
Yeah.
Like, wow, like look how.
Even when you brought that photo up, the first thing I did, I couldn't stop staring at that medial delt. I mean, that bicep pain was just glaring me in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you have to go back and go, okay, now what are we really here for? Like,
That's
what's
right.
the category for? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So on that, I wanted to bring up another one. I can bring up the share page. So then there was the Open, which didn't have all the competitors in it. Like, so for instance, Jen wasn't in that lineup, but we'll go to that one in a second. But you had Leah again on the end. So again, not placing due to the criteria of the division. Alicia in the middle. And then you had Ash over there.
Yeah.
You also had Caitlin. She was the overall winner at ICN Sports a couple of weeks prior.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is competitive lineup.
Yeah. But quality of that, Leah again, amazing quality, but wrong division. The rest of the top 5 there are all amazing physiques. So this was another really hard one to judge. They are all quite different physiques.
Yeah.
So working through the differences, each one's different strengths and weaknesses was definitely fun. But
I'll bring up the overall then, because I had that blend and that mixture. Not that's a victory shot, so it's a little bit difficult. But the ones that we haven't compared is obviously Jen and Alicia, which from what you were telling me, it was nearly a split decision basically.
Yeah. So Alicia pushed Jen all the way. In the end, Jen's just got the perfect balance. So that was the decision between the two of them. The tiny waist, the shape, the structure. Where Alicia's just that little bit off symmetrically. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference there with those two.
Yeah. Like Alicia, obviously because I coach her, she was incredibly proud of herself for what she achieved at that show. Not only from just bringing her best physique, but just her placings kind of solidified the fact that she definitely belongs up there, and she's a contender for the top spots. So she was really happy. Yeah, really happy.
So,
okay, and the last ones are swimsuit. Just real quick. So
the last, like Chloe and the lovely lady on the right, they're like, so obviously both mums. The lady on the right who Colin coaches, she's 40 plus.
Wow.
And obviously Chloe's the same year as me, 36, 2 kids. So they're freaking impressive, man.
Again, the depth in every lineup was crazily impressive. But quite often you get a battle for first and second, then a real big gap to third and fourth or whatever. But the top 5 in every lineup was crazy.
Yeah. I'll bring up swimsuit 25 just to kick it off, because it had 2. I think it's the top 2 of the day. You're in the middle there. And then had Charlotte there in third.
Yeah. So so Lily the winner there. So really like that perfect condition for sports, not for swimsuit. Sorry, not too hard. Good balanced physique. The only thing with her that meant she got pushed a lot harder than probably she could have. Her front pose, she needs to work on to bring, like, making that waist look a little bit tighter through in her front pose. She did stand sort of quite square on, which you can kind of see there in that photo even. So that's that.
Because they were basically the top 2, even in the opens and etc., right?
Yeah. In the opens as well, there was the girl from Sydney who pushed as well. So yeah, Sylvia.
That's the open, I think.
Yeah. Okay. It must have been
maybe a different one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sylvia, it might have been in the overall that they were compared.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, but yeah, they're in the opens. Their air that was second has that great structure of a swimsuit competitor, but was just too hard for swimsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So that knocked her back a place.
Yep.
That's the only thing there.
Perfect. And then obviously the overall winner was Lilia on the day. So with swimsuit, you like a little bit more of a softer look compared to bikini?
Yeah. So it's that bit softer, bit smaller than bikini, that same structure and shape. So it must have been Lily's other category, whichever that was, beginners or intermediate, that Sylvia pushed her in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't think I have a photo of that one.
Yeah, so in that other one, it's worth mentioning, Sylvia essentially had the better front pose, like we spoke about, with Lily looking that little bit square on, but then Lily won the other three poses basically. So, but Sylvia was the overall winner in Sydney. So, yeah, really good physique.
All right, perfect. We got through them all.
Yeah.
I'll bring our faces back up. There we are. That was awesome, Stewie. Appreciate it. Like, for you to go through and really give us an insight of every single division, the reasons why you picked what you picked. And I think I don't know anyone else that does that, honestly.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you being open, honest, going through it all, spending your time like an hour to literally go through every major lineup and just assess it with us. We really, really appreciate that. As I said, I don't know anyone else that would spend the time to do that with us. So yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries at all. I love this. And yeah, if any competitor wants even more of a chat through their own stuff, they've already know how to get feedback. So yeah, they can reach out still. So yeah, I'm starting to work through that over the next couple of days.
Yeah, I know. Give yourself a bit of a breather and a break. If Stewie doesn't get back to you straight away, he's got a lot on his plate for sure, and he probably needs a little bit of a rest. So we get it. We understand. So what's the next big thing for NBA? You've obviously got the Nationals in Season B down in Victoria again.
Yeah. So Season B is 5 shows in 6 weeks. So be another bumper period for me. So we've got our South Coast show in Wollongong, weekend off, then 4 weeks straight with our Sydney, then Brisbane, Queensland state titles, New South Wales titles, then Tasmania state titles, and then the 2-day nationals to finish it off with.
And for the 2-day nationals, it's females Saturday, male Sunday. Is that right?
Yeah. So females Saturday, females pro show will finish the day as well, and then males Sunday with male pro show to finish the day as well.
Awesome.
So yeah,
already looking forward to it. Already got people lined up for it. It's going to be awesome.
So already working on a few things. Like you obviously saw the lighting, the smoke, that sort of production. We've got a few ideas that we're working on to step that up again for the pro show.
Amazing.
So there'll be a few surprises up our sleeves when the pros walk out. So
can't wait.
It's a real show. It's not just divisions chucked at the end of the day. We do make a big deal of the pro show. So can't wait for that. The other big one we have decided, so while we haven't given out a lot of Masters Pro cards yet, we are running the Masters Pro divisions this year. So, there's a lot of existing pros that are of age to fit the Masters. So, that's that's happening now as well. So yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
shall just make the pro show that little bit bigger and better as it again.
That's exciting.
So, yeah.
Well, we
Looking
can't
forward
wait
to it
Stuart.
already.
We can't wait, mate. And
Yep.
we appreciate your time again today. And sure, we'll have you on again soon.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, Stu.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cheers.